To be a man, one is expected to be a provider, a protector, and a leader. And this is no mean feat. Being the 19th of November 2023 as the world honors men, we take this opportunity to honor those who wake up every day and carry the burden and also the blessing of being a man. Happy International Men's Day. Now, away from that, so much has been happening in the last 12 hours, including an update where we are in as far as the El Nino is concerned, as well as a gauntlet that has been drawn by government to the opposition when it comes to the government-to-government oil deal. Here are the highlights, and soon to follow the details.
I want to challenge the opposition. Watuambie, badala ya kutuambia we must prove that it is a scam, let them prove to us that it is a scam.
Show us the proof. President Ruto dares the opposition to back its claims about the government-to-government oil deal.
Hizi ni sherehe zinafanywa dunia mzima. Tunajua Kenya sasa iko namba 63 kwa zile nchi ambazo ziko mbele mambo ya watu kukufa kwa barabara.
Be your brother's keeper. Kenyans challenged to take responsibility on the roads as victims of traffic accidents are remembered across the country. And remaining on high alert, the government says more Kenyans are facing dangers of flooding as counties are urged to do more in mitigating the impact of El Nino.
Good evening. If you're tuning in, this is Sunday Express. I'm Regina Manyera, and my colleague on sign language is none other than Lancer Odingo. In not too long, we're also going to be discussing supporting vulnerable groups. Does philanthropy have a role to play in our communities? That's going to be a conversation tonight. Welcome. Now, President William Ruto has once again defended the government-to-government oil deal amid claims by the opposition that the taxpayer may have lost billions of shillings. The president maintains that the G2G deal was above board and contractual agreements are public documents that can be accessed by anyone willing to verify. Achola Simon with the details.
President William Ruto has termed the government-to-government oil deals with Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates as one of the best, saying other countries are now emulating the agreement.
Saudia na UAE. Leo watu ya Uganda, watu ya Tanzania, watu wa Rwanda ndio wanaenda kutafuta ile sisi tayari tuko naye. Because our transaction was the best. Every country today is looking for the transaction similar to the one that we have.
The head of state, while challenging the opposition to prove any wrongdoing, maintained that the contractual agreements are public documents.
Hiyo transaction tumefanya imesort out mambo matatu. Ya kwanza imesort out matatizo ya supply. Sasa hakuna petrol station yenye haina mafuta, number 1. Number 2, imesort out problem ya madola. Walikuwa wanahangaika kampuni kutafuta dola kutoka benki hii ati benki hii ati benki ile kwa sababu hakukuwa na mpango ya sawasawa. Serikali ya Kenya tumefanya MOU ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba tunaweza kununua mafuta, kampuni zetu ziweze kununua kwa pesa ya Kenya badala ya kutafuta madola.
The opposition has raised a red flag on the government-to-government deals, claiming that the taxpayer may have lost close to 17 billion shillings. This as oil marketers dispute claims that the deal may be scandalous. President Ruto spoke on Sunday when at an interdenominational Thanksgiving prayer service in Sotik, Bomet County. Leaders who attended the service urged the president not to be derailed from his economic agenda, even as the opposition demands shelving of the housing levy and mechanisms of addressing the high cost of living must be part of the agreement in the National Dialogue Report.
Tunahitaji amani. We need peace, and peace will help us fulfill that which God has planned for the people of Kenya. It reminds me of John 14:27, that God said, Jesus said, my peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid.
Alafu unapata mtu anakuja pale anatuambia atitoeni housing levy kwa sababu ya siasa ya unafiki tu. Yet actually in the real sense, if you read the Azimio manifesto na Kenya Kwanza, both of them ilikuwa na proposal ya housing levy, lakini kwa sababu wanataka tu kufanya siasa na kuongea maneno ambayo isaidii nchi ya Kenya, ati wanatuambia watoe. Let me announce to the country from straight here in Bomet, the same way they are telling us that they are deal breakers, hata hii yetu kwa mambo ya housing levy, that one is a deal breaker.
Mimi nimeomba rais aendelee kukuwa focused kwa ile kazi anafanya. Saa hii tuko na shida ya maji, tumepata mvua nyingi, huku kwenyu ikikuja inashuka, lakini kule kwetu imejaa. Na tumeona serikali imetoa mkono, tunataka rais ukuwe focused, utembee na sisi.
Achola Simon, Sunday Express, Bomet County.
Now from Bomet, we head to Bungoma, where Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has asked leaders in the ruling Kenya Kwanza Alliance to stop engaging in 2032 succession politics and instead focus their energies in assisting the government to revive the economy for the well-being of Kenyans. The Deputy President spoke at an interdenominational service and fundraiser for churches in Mount Elgon, Bungoma County.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, while gracing the interdenominational service at Kopsiro DCC grounds in Mount Elgon, Bungoma County on Sunday, urged the Kenya Kwanza leaders to focus on service delivery to Kenyans.
Na ningetaka kuuliza viongozi wetu wale wako kwa Kenya Kwanza, let us focus on the economic transformation of this country. Let us focus on assisting President William Ruto to get this country on the right economic trajectory.
The Deputy President saying he was against the 2032 succession politics.
Naona wengine watu wetu wamepotea wanaongea mambo ya uchaguzi ya 2032. Those are people who are lost. We are only 1 year in office. How can you discuss 2032? Even 2027 is a premature debate.
Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula waded into the internal wrangles in the ruling coalition over calls to dissolve affiliate parties.
Kenya is a multi-party democracy. Na lazima tushirikiane. MCA wetu wa hapa ni wa Ford Kenya. MCA wa pale chini Mama Joan ni wa UDA. Wote ni watoto wetu.
Wetangula's sentiments were backed by Deputy President, who said what was working needed no fixing. The sentiments coming days after the UDA grassroots elections were postponed. On reforms in the agriculture sector, Gachagua assured that the government will sustain the fight directed at uprooting the coffee cartels for the benefit of farmers.
Hii vita ya kahawa ni kali sana kwa sababu zaidi ya miaka 35 hao middlemen, hawa brokers wamekuwa wakikula jasho ya mkulima na wamezoea kukula na kukula vizuri. Sasa kutoa nyama kwa mdomo ya simba ni kibarua.
Leaders accompanying the Deputy President lauded efforts by the government to make the agriculture sector more profitable.
Wiki tatu iliyopita nilikuwa nimetembea Ubeljiji na nikatembea Ujerumani kutafuta soko ya kahawa ndio niweze kuunganisha vile nimeagizwa na rais wakulima wa kahawa na wakunywaji kahawa direct bila hii mabroka hapa katikati.
The Deputy President also said the government is working round the clock to revive the construction of stall roads in the area. Giverson Minor, Sunday Express.
Now to Kitui County, where former President Uhuru Kenyatta says he is still in the Azimio One Kenya coalition and will not join the ruling Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Speaking at a church fundraising event in Mwingi, Kitui County, the former president called on political leaders to remain loyal and truthful to their duty of leadership. He, at the same time, urged Kenyans to shun divisive politics and remain united.
Former President Uhuru Kenyatta and Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka attended a church service and fundraising in Mwingi, Kitui County. The former president, who is also the chairperson Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party, assured his party members that he was firmly in opposition.
Mimi sifichi kusema kwamba upande ambapo mimi nasimamia, mimi naambianga watu mimi ni mwana Azimio. Mimi sio mtapeli wa kuruka huku na kuruka huku, sijui hata leo iko hivi, leo iko hivi. Mimi nikitoa msimamo wangu, mimi nakala msimamo wangu, kwa sababu hilo ndilo tulifundishwa na wale wazee ambao wanatufundisha siasa. Kuwa mtu ambaye anaweza kuaminika leo na kesho, sio mtu wa kuyumbayumba na hii, hiyo sisi hatuko hapo. We are where we are to stay and we are proud of it, and we are hopeful of a bright future.
Uhuru challenged political leaders to be loyal and committed to their call of leadership, avoiding to respond to Kenya Kwanza politicians who have been blaming the previous regime for running down the economy. The former president instead urged Kenyans to shun divisive politics and remain united.
Tukatae kugawanywa kwa misingi ya kikabila, kwa misingi ya kidini, kwa misingi sijui ya tajiri na maskini. Sisi tunataka Wakenya wawe kitu kimoja na kila Mkenya ako na pahali yake. Ama ni namna gani?
Gishoki Washira, Sunday Express.
Now, Senate Majority Leader Aaron Cheriot has coughed at the Azimio coalition for issuing new conditions in the ongoing bipartisan talks. Speaking at Cherobogei in Bureti, Kericho County during a fundraising in aid of INOSPEC AIC Church, Cheriot said Azimio is not honest and is uncommitted.
The majority leader who represented President William Ruto during the fundraiser said the opposition should not issue new demands, saying as the Kenya Kwanza coalition, they're fully committed to the ongoing talks.
Bali kwamba nchi yetu inapitia changamoto nyingi, cost of living na mambo kama haya. Kuna mambo tu kidogo ambaye tungependa tuambie.
He also urged the opposition to stop criticizing the Kenya Kwanza government projects on affordable housing projects.
Sisi tunakubaliana kwamba vile nyinyi mnasema kuna deal breaker katika hii maneno yenu ya mazungumzo. Mnasema toa hii, punguza hii, tutakubaliana kwa hiyo. Lakini msikuje na masharti ambaye ingine sisi tunaona that is hypocrisy.
The National Dialogue Committee failed to resolve the issue of the cost of living during this retreat in Machakos after the Azimio team tabled new proposal that generated debate, which forced some members to storm out of the meeting. One of the issues raised by the opposition coalition is the reduction of the value-added tax from 16% to 8%. Meanwhile, the National Assembly Budget Committee Chair, Nino, has said that the supplementary budget will be finalized by Tuesday. According to Nyoro, the budget has addressed a few sectors like education, agriculture and infrastructure.
We have added over 5 billion shillings into our JSS capitation, over 3 billion shillings into JSS infrastructure. We have also added over or close to 20 billion shillings into higher education, 8.25 billion Kenya shillings into fertilizer, subsidy, and also post-harvest management.
Speaking during a church service at Mugoiri Catholic Church, Murang'a County, Nyoro urged Kenyans to be patient with the current regime, adding that the cost of living is expected to go down soon.
Sure, ya kwamba nchi zingine zitakuja kusoma maneno ya kudhibiti uchumi kupitia kwa zile decisions rais wetu anafanya katika Kenya yetu.
Kasi Chanamasha, Sunday Express.
Kenyans have been urged to take responsibility in ensuring road safety as the National Transport and Safety Authority says close to 4,000 Kenyans have so far lost their lives alone from road carnage. Now, a section of those who were lucky to survive got a chance to narrate their ordeal during the World Day of Remembrance of Victims of Road Accidents.
The World Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Road Accidents has been marked across the country.
as statistics indicate that close to 4,000 Kenyans have died so far this year from road carnage. 173 of the victims perished along the Nairobi-Nakuru highway.
The people standing up are 173. Those are the people we have lost between Nairobi and Nakuru this year alone. Look around and see it's not just a number. You could be next.
A victim of road carnage, Ruth Ndungu, says she is lucky to be alive.
I was in a public vehicle. Somebody reckless from Dalamere petrol station left the station without considering a truck that was leaving Nairobi. So the truck hooted severally, and the Prado just turned to the right side and on top of the speed bumps. So it came to our side and we had a head-on collision.
The National Transport and Safety Authority says there were 330 fatalities resulting from road traffic crashes in October 2023 compared to 361 in October 2022. There was an 8.5% decrease in fatalities, but an increase in serious and slight injuries by 23.7% and 29.7% respectively, compared to a similar period in 2022. Speeding has been cited as the major contributor to accidents. The Kenya National Highways Authority believes that the government's plan to put cameras to monitor speed on the roads will reduce accidents by between 15 to 20%. Road Safety Association of Kenya's Njoroge Kiarie is calling for the training of boda operators in the country instead of arresting them as a means of instilling discipline.
Wito wetu kwa dereva awe makini sana.
Wacha tuseme mambo ya boda inakera, kwa sababu tunazungumza kwamba tuko na boda karibu milioni 4 Kenya. Hao ni vijana milioni 4 ambao wako kwa barabara kila siku, ambaye maisha yao iko hatarini, kwa sababu mwanzo hawa vijana hawaja kuwa trained. 80% yao hata hawana license.
To protect pedestrians, the county government of Mombasa has partnered with the Bloomberg Initiative for Global Road Safety to redesign the streets of Mombasa. Was it not for the road accidents that continue to be experienced along Nairobi-Nakuru highway, 173 more Kenyans would still be alive today. And as the country marks the day of remembrance of the victims of road accidents, there is still a lot to be done by the government in reducing the road accidents. Tilio Marco for Sunday Express.
Now to take a quick breather, but we'll be back. Remember, tonight we're going to be talking about philanthropy, focusing on vulnerable groups in the country. Do keep it right here.
In order to make the payment of stamp duty for land transactions a seamless process, the Kenya Revenue Authority has now made it possible for the public to make payments at the State Department for Lands and Physical Planning. From November 27, 2023, all payments for land transactions attracting stamp duty shall be made to the State Department for Lands and Physical Planning through eCitizen via paybill number 22222. Further payment instructions are available when clients click pay on the Ardhi Sasa platform. Click on the featured link on the invoice to receive an M-Pesa menu. Enter the M-Pesa PIN and click OK. You will receive a confirmation SMS from M-Pesa. Go to M-Pesa menu on your phone, select pay bill option, enter the business number 22222, enter the account number featured in the payment instructions, enter the amount to be paid, enter your M-Pesa PIN and click send. Ardhi Sasa, shamba lako hati safi.
Cheza Loto Moto.
School fees mtoto imelipwa, lakini bado tunataka kuendelea throughout.
Loto Moto imekuja kwa maisha yetu when I needed it the most. That is all I can say for now. I'm so grateful. May God bless you.
Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
Itakuaje? Oya.
Auntie akona ka forehead. Akona the mark of quality.
Ameke rock denel mshetani over.
Nataka kumaliza mambo hiyo wedding.
Kwanza kiongea kitu kiambia diriki sana. Rosi Paul.
Umenimaliza kama chai kwa kikombe.
kazi zote zimebaki Disemba, Septemba, Oktoba. Wanaona anoma hizo
ni kama tu nikuje nikwambie uko na kichwa kubwa. Sasa makosa si
au sio? Ndio manake. Okay.
Every Monday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on KBC Channel 1.
Good evening, I'm Regina Manyara and you're watching Sunday Express. Now, the government tonight is warning that more counties may need to brace themselves for the impact of the ongoing El Nino. Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua says the number of counties experiencing El Nino has risen from 19 to 33, with others being put on high alert. He called on the devolved units to allocate more funds toward mitigation efforts as well as clear drainages to avoid flooding.
At least 80,000 households across the country have been negatively affected by the El Nino. The cases are mainly displacements or marooned, with the numbers rising every day. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua says a command center has been established at the Kenya Defence Forces headquarters to coordinate the response. Gachagua called on development partners to enhance their financial, technical and logistical support in reducing and mitigating the impact of the El Nino. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Interior has published the identities of the two officers whose vehicle was swept away by floods at the Ramisi Bridge in Lunga Lunga on Friday. The two, Joram Maina and Lunga Lunga Border Management Committee Chairperson David Nganga, are yet to be found, but the vehicle, a Toyota Land Cruiser, has been retrieved and towed to the Msambweni police station. In Lamu County, emergency response teams had a hard time reaching some 300 families in Lumsh village who were cut off by the rising waters.
Leo tukishirikiana na county government ya Lamu, tukishirikiana na governor na deputy wake, tumeweza tena kuwatembelea ili kuweza kuwaruzuku vyombo ambavyo vitaweza kuwasaidia wakati huu mgumu.
The team comprising Lamu Governor Issa Timami was forced to abandon vehicles and walk 3 kilometers to reach the village.
Lumshie wamezungukwa na maji na hata wao kufika upande ule mwingine imekuwa shida.
The government wants those living in the lowlands to move to higher grounds to avert loss of lives. Machakos County Governor Wavinya Ndeti says her administration is fully prepared to deal with emergencies arising from the El Nino.
Watu wa Machakos, sisi tuko tayari, mulijua tulijiprepare El Nino, tuko na equipment, tuko na kila kitu, tuko tayari kusaidia watu wetu.
Beatrice Gatonyangetich, Sunday Express.
Now, the Mega Talent Show organized by the Talanta Hela Initiative and the Youth for Christ Got Talent. So 100 participants drawn from different faith denominations showcase their talents. The show had categories ranging from solo performances, dances, artworks, and modeling, among others. Participants called on the government to channel more funds to support the youth utilize their talent as a money-making venture.
At the Don Bosco Tume Hall in Karen, Nairobi County, youth drawn from several churches and denominations participated in the Mega Talent Show. Singers, artists, models and dancers showed their artistic prowess. From the little ones to the grown-ups, everyone had a chance. Participants thanked the organizers, noting that such chances go a long way in appreciating their talent to earn a coin for them.
It has enabled me to network. It has enabled my wings to grow further. See, some people will just see me and recognize my work. Then they'll maybe network me to some other places.
It enlightens me. It shows that they are giving us a big support. They are coming to support us and they are engaging the youth in this thing.
Tukipata platform kama hii tunajimarket, at least inatusaidia kujimarket.
Persons with disabilities were not left behind either, as the Crown Cool Deaf Entertainment Jazz crew lived up to their billing.
There have been many steps taken for the hearing people. We have seen them win a lot of stuffs. But guys, why are the deaf people? They're also creative and innovative. So I think when we try to open for them opportunities, for example, if we try from home, parents are really oppressing the deaf kids. They think that they can't do much other than sitting at home. One of the problems is awareness. Another problem, which team to get or start a team, communication barrier is still a problem. So many deaf stay at home because of that. And we see many opportunities being opened for the youth and also disabilities.
The Youth for Christ leadership says going forward there will be more such events as a means of tapping youth talent and exposing them to potential markets for their financial freedom.
As the CS has said, it will be incorporating YFC in Talanta Hela, so more of these events are coming, bigger and better.
Yusuf Far reporting for Sunday Express.
Quite entertaining there. Now, the Lower Wildlife Conservancy has hailed technological innovation known as Earth Ranger for providing clear and concrete picture of the security situation across the landscape and northern Kenya. The conservancy that is located in Meru County bordering Isiolo County has embraced high-level technology in the conservation of wildlife, which at the same time assists addressing the human-wildlife conflict. Dominic Maringa, the head of conservation at the sanctuary, says there is high engagement with the surrounding communities in conservation, even with cattle rustling, road banditry and inter-tribal conflict cases along the boundaries.
The Lewa Wildlife Conservancy, which incorporates the Ngarendare Forest, covering 62,000 acres, accommodates wild animals from various species, such as the endangered black rhino and the Grevy's zebra. Amid poaching threats and cases of human-wildlife conflict, the Conservancy has adopted high-level technology to protect the wildlife under its care.
We are able to trace some of the coal-land animals like elephants or rhinos, which have got transmitters on their horn, where they are in a particular time, and we are able to query what they are doing there. Are they crossing the fence? Are they nearing the farms? And we are able to give information to our rangers on the ground, and they can intervene and find what animals are doing, and if necessary, they can push them back to the park.
Dominic Maringa, head of conservation at Lewa, says the technology includes the establishment of an operation and communication center in partnership with Northern Rangeland Trust. It is here that the Earth Ranger system lies, which integrates communication from various locations across the landscape, which informs tactical decision-making from the field rangers.
There was a lot of conflict between humans, wildlife, search of water, movements, even pastoralists moving around looking for pasture, and all that can be, we realize that we can be able to give communities relevant information to be able to manage their water, ration their water.
Installed 10 years ago, the system monitors the movement of wildlife within the conservancy and other community conservancies across the northern Kenya landscape. It also tracks not only birth and death rates, but also injured animals and prey preferences across the year. Automated weather stations have been set up to help in predicting occurrences such as drought and floods, especially with the current effects of climate change.
Immediately we get information, for example, of an injured person. That information goes that there are rangers nearby. They are the first people to receive. If it is a police assistance that is needed, there is immediate communication with the nearby police, and there is a reaction immediately to perform the rescue needed. For example, recently you saw someone flooding, trapped by flood water just near Isiolo, near Shaba, and that information came to the JOG through Earth Ranger platform.
Maringa says though Lewa Wildlife Conservancy was the first to install the Earth Ranger system, other government agencies have started installing the same.
Indeed, technology. Now, Tourism and Wildlife Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua has unveiled a grand plan with a multifaceted strategy to breathe life into Malindi town as a prime tourist destination. Speaking during the annual Italian Cuisine Festival in Malindi, Kilifi County, Mutua noted that Malindi has lagged behind, challenging players in the tourism industry to roll up their sleeves and work towards reviving the dimmed glow of the once vibrant tourism destination without compromising on standards.
Sizzling pasta, a taste of Italy, has tourists and locals gathering at the Kilili Baharini beach resort in Malindi, Kilifi County for this year's Italian Cuisine Festival. Once renowned for its unique charm and cultural richness, Malindi has seemingly lost its vibrancy. Tourism and Wildlife Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua is seeking to leverage on Malindi's untapped potential and foster partnerships that will revitalize its economy and tourism.
I'd like to say that I had a conversation yesterday with the Minister in charge of immigration, and we are changing the law. We'll be amending the law because we are looking at long-term visas. I know our President is also looking at how we can get free visa entry of our visitors coming from Italy and other places to come to this country without any visas.
Kenya is a big destination for Italians, but we have been making it complicated because of the visa rules and visa issues and visa costs.
Dr. Mutua further seeks to rekindle Malindi's historic connection with Italian tourism and positioning Malindi and Watamu as Kenya's top entertainment towns.
As a country, Kenya has splendid relationships with Italy. So this is a great place. And Malindi used to be a little Italy. And we're going to make it the little Italy it used to be.
In efforts to boost security, the Cabinet Secretary announced plans to put up new police stations and also collaborate with the local community to enhance surveillance.
And I want to make it so easy and so nice so that if you come here for 3 days, you force yourself to extend for another 3 days because you're having so much fun.
For the betterment of its residents, I urge everyone to unite their efforts in making Malindi an exemplary town.
The Italian Cuisine Festival, organized in collaboration with the Italian Trade Agency, is part of efforts by Italy's Ministry of Foreign Affairs to promoting Italian food and wine tradition as a distinctive trait of Italian identity and culture. Seraphine Nairobi for Sunday Express.
Now to the counties where shock and fear have hit Nyesaba village in Juja, Kiambu County after a pack of hyenas mauled a 9-year-old boy to death. The boy, he is said to have been in the company of 5, was leaving church on Saturday evening when the incident occurred.
According to residents, the grade 6 pupil fell to the ground as his friends fled to safety.
Kuna wasiwasi. Tunataka serikali ishikue hii maneno. Sababu hii ripoti tumepiga mara mingi, hakuna ripoti yote tunaona.
A few months ago, another boy was attacked by the animals at Kiahuria village. Meanwhile, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi has called on society to embrace the boy child as one way of solving issues affecting the society.
The boy child is a seed carrier and he must be taken care of.
Still in Kiambu County, a group of teachers has accused the Teachers Service Commission of doing little to improve the welfare of teachers in the country.
Whatever teachers are earning
it's very, very, very below because whatever has been increased has been eaten away by inflation.
In Busia County, a section of fish traders says the direct exportation of fish from Turkana to Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo is hurting their business.
Irudi kwa hii soko ya Busia kwa sababu hawa wafanyabiashara wakubwa mama zetu wale invest kwa hiyo biashara ya samaki. Wale invest kwa ajili yetu. So tunaomba sana serikali angalie hiyo maneno, vijana wote wapate kazi ya mkono.
Meanwhile, the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers has threatened to go to court to block the Teachers Service Commission from conducting any disciplinary process against secondary head teachers whose schools may have been implicated in exam irregularities.
We would want the minister to be there on the dock and the NEC to be on the dock and the Teacher Service Commission if they dare to discipline our teachers on the issues of NEC.
Finally, former chief government pathologist Dr. Moses Njue has been laid to rest at his ancestral farm in Rika sublocation in Beere South constituency, Embu County.
Dr. Njue, the way we knew him, was someone who stood for the truth in everything that he did. Dr. Njue was a man of integrity. He was someone who was a team player and he was always ready to assist.
Dr. Njue died at the age of 61 while undergoing treatment at a hospital in Embu Town. Doreen Arange, the Sunday Express.
Well, that wrap up from the counties by Doreen Arange takes us to a second break tonight. But remember, in not too long, we're going to be hearing from Bernard Okumu on what is happening in the sporting arena, and then we're going to have a candid conversation looking at the current social protection schemes. Are they effective? Do keep it right here. We'll be right back.
Kote nchini matumaini, tujitahidi, tujivunie, tuendelee.
Kenya, twende mbele. NCBA, go for it.
Cheza Loto Moto.
We've gone ahead tukamaliza pia school fees ya your other kid.
Thank you God. Asante sana Loto Moto. Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
The Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, State Department for Industry invites you to the Kenya Industrial Conference 2023 at the University of Nairobi grounds from 20th to 22nd November 2023. The occasion will bring together over 100 participants drawn from academia, industry, policymakers and development partners from national, regional and international levels to discuss how to boost the country's industrialization. This year's theme will be Acceleration of Africa Continental Free Trade Area Implementation.
Well, just in time for sports, San Bernardo Kume. Let's begin along Gong Road, where the National Rugby Sevens team Shujaa did retain the Safari Sevens title after beating Samurai by 19 points to 0 during the final that would play today. Now in the women's final, the Kenya Lionesses did lose the title after falling 15 points to 12 against Uganda.
Patrick Odongo scored the first try that was converted by Tony Omondi to send the match into the breather. Shujaas leading 7-0.
That was the offload and that contest there. Patrick Odongo shows his defensive capabilities there, curtailing that run. The ball is picked up on the loose and Patrick Odongo is going to score the game's opening try.
Has he dropped that ball? Full blast of the...
After resumption, Kelvin Wekesa touched down for Kenya, while Patrick Odongo headed the third try that was converted by Tony Omondi to hand Shujaas the victory.
Eventually cleaned up and claimed by the Kenyans. John Okoth. The ball out wide is long. Kevin Wekesa. That is over. Goes over the top. Try.
En route to the final, the 9 times champions ambled Germany 19-5 in the last 4, while Samurai defeated Uganda 21-19.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of the 2023 Safari Sevens, Kenya, Shujaa!
It is Shujaa. They are.
Meanwhile, Kenya Lionesses lost 15-12 to arch rivals Lady Cranes of Uganda in the women's final. For Sunday Express, I'm Daniel Mwendwa.
And well done to Shujaa for retaining that particular title, and commiserations to the Lionesses. That's the national women's rugby team. Moving on, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga says the government should maximize on the opportunity of having the hosting rights of the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations to uplift the standards of sport facilities in the country. Odinga was quick to note that Kisumu and Kakamega should be considered among the venues that should host the continental showpiece in 5 years to come. The former Prime Minister was speaking while attending this year's Safari Sevens finals at Arfia Grounds here in Nairobi.
Uganda has chosen Kampala, Hoima and Lira. Tanzania has chosen Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar and Arusha, 3 towns. Now, this is an opportunity for the Kenya government to improve facilities around the country. We already have 2 fairly good facilities in Nairobi, Kasarani and Nyayo Stadium. In my view, the government should have gone to places like Kisumu and Kakamega in order to improve facilities there, because as you know, the center of gravity of soccer in our country is in Western Kenya.
Across the borders, where Elfin Evans and Scott Martin secured victory on Sunday at the Rally Japan as their Toyota Gazoo racing team locked out the top 3 positions on home soil. Meanwhile, Kali Rovanpera's capture of the final podium spot capped off a perfect season for Toyota, as well as a 3rd successive Manufacturers' Championship victory.
And Elfin Evans.
Welsh driver Evans clinches 8th career win ahead of teammate Sebastian Ogier at his final round of the season, confirming his place as the runners-up driver in the 2023 FIA World Rally Championship for the 3rd time. Evans laid the foundations for glory early in the asphalt fixture when he charged to near 2 minutes advantage in Friday's rain-soaked opening leg.
Quite some weekend. There's the flying finish. It is secured. It is an 8th victory for Elfin Evans, and it is a 1-2-3 finish.
Obviously, it feels pretty nice after last year. It was a big disappointment on the final day. Not easy this year, obviously, with the conditions we had. Even if we had a massive gap already on Friday night. So it's been a long weekend, but a massive well done to the team. Obviously, the car's been great. A 1-2-3 for Toyota at home is a mega result. So really proud and happy for everyone.
From the on, he was able to control the rally by adapting his risk level to suit the ever-changing conditions. Kali Rovanpeira's capture of the final podium spot kept off a perfect season for Toyota, which has heralded titles for Rovanpeira and co-driver John Hatunen, as well as third successive Manufacturers' Championship victory.
Time to celebrate! Well delivered podium.
Well done to Kali Rovanpeira for capturing the WRC title. And remember, the WRC remains on the Safari Rally, and it will be happening next year in March here in Kenya. Moving on, it's all systems go ahead of the Great Chepsaita Cross Country, set to be held on 2nd of December. Now, speaking while inspecting the venue, Cross Country patron Farouk Kibet noted that the aim of the race is to identify talents and assist unemployed youth in the area. Kibet also stated that the day will be utilized to have a national conversation on doping, reiterating the need to sensitize the upcoming athletes on the dangers of doping. Renowned athletes from Kenya and Uganda will take part in the race, which has seen a bumper entry. Winners will bag 7 million shillings. In Africa, Zone 3 flyweight gold medalist David Karanja trounced Moses Kilavuka in the 51 kilograms fight during the finals of the BFK National Boxing League at Madison Square in Nakuru County. Now, the tournament attracted 81 boxers, 66 men and 15 women, and representing 12 different teams that participated.
Flyweight champion David Karanja of Kenya Police proved his dominance after seeing off a determined David Kilavuka of Kenya Prisons in the flyweight category. In the minimum weight category, Silas Onyango of Kenya Police saw off George Getao, Munyi Kombo, Hamburg KDF Steve Ndongo in featherweight, Alois Vincent defeated Caleb Wandera in light welter, while Dennis Modhama trounced Dennis Muya in bantamweight.
Standard pia imekuwa ni nzuri kwa sababu tunakuwa kuna vijana ambao wanakuja ambao ni chipukizi na ambao pia wanapatia midade challenge ambayo inahitajika.
In the women's category, veteran Christine Ongare defeated Jane Wangare. In the 47 kilograms category, Anne Wanjiro saw off Emily Juma in the 52 kilograms category. Veronica Mbide humbled Lesa Akinyi in the 50 kilograms category, while Pauline Shege defeated Angela Atieno in the 57 kilograms category. The tournament attracted 81 boxers, 66 men, and 15 women representing 12 different teams. The Kenyan boxers are preparing to represent the country in the Olympic qualifiers early next year.
Game itakuwa rahisi, imekuwa ngumu na nafurahia ushindi na naenda tena kutrain, maana kuna vitu nyingi sana nafaa kurekebisha bado.
And now to chess, where Equity Bank are the new champions of the Kenya Chess Premier League after trouncing KCB Chess Club by 3.5 points at 1.5 in a highly contested match held at Kenyatta University. Now, the championship attracted more than 100 players from 17 clubs across all the regions in the country.
Equity's Hamasiko trounced KCB Jackson Kamau as Julie Mutisa beat national champion KCB's Joyce Nyarwai to hand them the first win. Joyce Medho brought a solitary win for KCB, which was not enough for his team to reclaim the title. Equity Bank is at the lead with 43 points ahead of KCB Chess Club as Nairobi Chess Academy is second.
They are playing very well, and we want them to replace the old guards who have been here for tickets. And I've seen quite a number. There are top prizes for the winners, but more importantly, is the bragging rights, you know. KCB was the winner of last year, and they represent the country in World Rapids.
In the Super League matches, Mavens emerged victorious after edging out Nairobi Chess Club C 4-1. Knight Rider beat Nairobi Chess Club B 4-0, while Victoria Chess lost 4.5 to 0.5 to Mavens Tacticians.
The tournament this year has been quite competitive. We registered about 34 teams, 17 in each division. So we started the 2 divisions last year just so that we can have a more competitive league. Having so many teams in one league was diluting the competitiveness of the league. So after separating the 2 leagues, the league has really grown in terms of competitiveness.
On the log table, Marvin's Tacticians is at the lead with 46 points. Victoria Chess Club and the University of Nairobi are second and third respectively, where Lighthouse Queen stands at the bottom with 7 points. King Orimwangi for Sunday Express.
Well, that's it from the sports desk at this hour, but thank you so much for watching. Regina Manyara is up next, and she's discussing philanthropy and support to vulnerable groups. I'm Bernardo Kumu. Have a good night.
These are the moments we live for every Friday as we catch up with the world of football.
Manchester City go in front.
With your favorite stars in rivalries like no other that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Learn a few tricks that keep you ahead of the game and spice it all with unforgettable moments on Dunda Dunda. On Saturday, you're in for another treat as we rock your weekend with all sporting disciplines, bringing you insights on what's happening behind the scenes as we share players and athlete stories, preparations, and celebrate their achievements.
Charging to the line! Is it going to be a world record? Yes, it is! She smashed it!
Whatever angle you look at, we've got you covered. KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Good evening. Now we speak matters of philanthropy, focusing on vulnerable groups in the country. Statistics indicate that 12.7 million children in Kenya require assistance, and government has been rolling out a myriad of interventions. But are they working? Joining us tonight is none other than Nino, a philanthropist and the founder of God Provides. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Aha. Now, it's International Men's Day. Happy International Men's Day.
Thank you. I think I can say happy to all the men in the world.
Indeed. Indeed. We seem to forget that gender, but now, yes, a day dedicated for you. Now, we have a situation here. We have vulnerable groups in the country, and just a case in point, 12.7 million children require assistance. Government has rolled out a series of social protection schemes, including the cash transfer for orphans and children. From where you sit, have these interventions been effective?
Oh, thank you for the conversation of the day. I've been running an orphanage home for now 10 years, and I have a number of children. Some are living with me, some are coming from different places, and we take them to school. I've heard it, I've seen it through the news, but I've never seen support towards the children directly to their accounts or to their those who are taking care of them. So I can say I've never witnessed or I've never seen, but I've heard about it.
You've heard about it?
Yes.
But okay, Sam, then points out to a missing link when it comes to government schemes and those who actually need them. And then what should we do to bridge that gap?
I've been following up how the system of how the government actually plan on things affecting our people, not even orphans only or children only, but even to widows and people in the community. The way they implement, I think is the wrong way, because all these things are being connected with politicians, and they must go to the local administration and partnering with with politicians. So you'll find, even if at all there's something coming down, but the politician reward those who supported them politically, not seeing that this belongs to all Kenyans. So that's why at times we don't see the support towards the children, directly to the children that are in need. Yeah.
So we do not get to the people who need this particular
Yeah, we don't
support.
get to the people who are actually in need. Yes.
Now, as the cash transfer program is something that government has employed for a series for some time now, even for the children dating back in 2004 to date. There's been a call to have a value add or plus cash transfer other than just the stipend, something else like training and, in terms of skills and capacity building.
Yeah.
What do you think about this particular?
Oh, this one they tried because, we have many youth polytechnics now that was built in the other regime. They build many vocational training units, and I've seen a number of our youths are going and getting trained. That one I can say it's something that viable, we can say it is there. But again, the government has tried a little bit when it comes to the bursary and CDF. They channel it to make many other children get proper and better education. But there's still a problem of knowing who, because, for example, I'm working in the community, I'm down there in the village. You'll find there's a child who has a real need. You'll find this child maybe he don't have parents, they died, and even the relatives that stay with them has nothing to give them or to provide to them. And then these children, there has nobody to hold them. You'll find those who are being selected or being nominated to stand into this fund, they only first check on their own children. And the other numbers who are just in need are not getting nothing. And this brings a percentage of poverty in the community. And it is something that is huge.
So the problem is identifying and vetting those who have qualified for this assistance.
I think the best thing that the government should do on supporting the vulnerable children and the people in the community is not to work with politicians, is to bring it down to the people working with these children. Because, for example, we have those who are working with the children. If you go to the children department office, they will tell you we heard and we see it, but there's no proper arrangement on how they disburse the funds. So I'm just thinking if they can channel to the serious organizations which are taking care of the children, we will be able to know how to balance it and who should be given. Because, the children, we have many categories. We have an orphan with able uncles and cousins. Then we have an orphan as a middle class. And then we have an orphan with nobody. And we have, again, a child who is not an orphan, but the parents has nothing even to eat. They cannot put. If you look into the statistics, you'll find that the poverty level, the poor people in this country are around 10 to 15 million. Then those are the poverty, those who are living in the poverty, those who live like less than $1 or $1 point something. This number is so huge. Is very huge. But the ones that are receiving are not even these people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you've pointed out something. You said they go down to those organizations that actually work with these vulnerable groups. The government went through a series in terms of policy change and review, especially governing non-governmental organizations, requiring them to register and also be very transparent and accountable in regard to what they're doing. You ran one. How has that changed the landscape?
I think it was actually perfect for the government to introduce the clear system of registration and management of these organizations, because we handle a lot of money, and this money somehow they come from outside our country, and we get more support to support many children. But you will find some of us, I cannot quote any name because I don't know them right, but if you have been watching here, you can see some of us have been too corrupt in a way that they eat all what belongs to the needy. Because we're requesting these funds from other NGOs and other friends and other churches in the United States or Europe, but other people are misusing the fund. So the government was just right to put at least an angle of knowing how much we are receiving and how we are using it, if we use it properly. But that is not enough. They should look into us, and again, they should do their part too, because we work in partnership. We cannot run an NGO without the government, and the government cannot run without the non-governmental organization. So both of us, the best we need to do is to kill the corruption between us and make things straight, that if money comes for a child, let this money go to support the child. If the money comes for a widow, we need to take this money straight to a widow, because it is not my money, it is not the government money. So, and the money that the government has been giving like for example, it is taxes from the people here, and again maybe it is from other NGOs which partner with the government. So all of us, if you can put things together, at least we can help a percentage of the people living with poverty, in the line of poverty.
So in your view, have the series of malpractice and fraud, especially that we have been highlighted by the media and other investigative bodies, affected donor funding, especially to these NGOs?
Oh yes, I can say yes, because many donors now are withdrawing, and again, when there is a lot of corruption and a lot of things coming in, even if it is you, will actually withdraw. So this actually affect again another big number of the donors who have been supporting our children. So it's having some impact when it comes to the support for the children.
So Newton Ogada, today if you were given an opportunity to actually sit at the decision-making table when it comes to matters of social protection schemes, 5 areas that you'd prioritize as we come to a close.
Oh, yeah, if I've been given the chance to sit in that position, number one, I will make sure that we deal with the corruption on both ends, both from the donor funding, those who are the directors of the organization, and again, we have to deal with the corruption between the donor funding and the government funding. Because if we deal with this, then whoever is vulnerable, which was supposed to receive the support, will get the support 100%. Number two, the taxation in this country is killing the donors. Maybe, for example, I ship a container with laptops to make the children learn. Somebody gave me these things for free in America or in Europe, or learning materials. When you get to Kenya, you have to pay tax as you're buying it. And this is killing our heart of giving, because you suffer, you look for money, you look for donors, they support you, but you cannot clear your container here because of taxes, and you don't have money to clear it because it's somebody give it for free to support.
Lastly, you were saying 2. Now the third one as we close.
Oh, the third one is close. It's just transparency and make work, and to know why God put you to a position. Whether you're in the government or in the non-governmental organization, why God put you there to serve.
Indeed.
Yes.
We have been talking about philanthropy and the cost of graft when it comes to donor funding, as well as social protection schemes that government has put in place. There's a missing link that has been marred, or rather erased, by malpractice and fraud. A call to action there for people to be transparent and accountable. We have been speaking to the founder of God Provides, an NGO, who is also a philanthropist, Newton Ogada. I'm Regina Manyara. I wish you a pleasant viewing ahead and a great start to the week. Enjoy your night.
School fees ya msichana imemalizwa.
Loto moto. May the Almighty God bless you. Keep on doing the right thing.
Cheza Loto Moto. Shinda pesa moto moto.
I have something that I want to tell both of you. It's important.
What do you mean?
What is it? Tell us. I have a boyfriend.
Huh? What is he doing? I was wrong. I made up my mind. Don't go. Stay.
Too late. I won't leave soon. Not yet. I still have some work to hand over, so
Tell me why. I mean, he didn't respect me at all. It was a big decision, and he didn't think to discuss it with me. I invited you over because I really wanted to. We're in a relationship, right? I just don't get why it took you so long to say something.
He's been chasing after you for a few days, and he's still here. We're not as ignorant as you.
What a surprise!
Guess what?
It's your good friend and loyal partner, Claudio. He's the one who took it.
Olga mentioned to me that he was also involved in the murder of Carolina.
Olga? I've got nothing to do with those drugs!
Supporting it. So the charges will be against you.
Where are they? They shouldn't get away from us. You two check over there. You come with me. Hurry up!
I've just recalled everything. Now I'm going to do what I should have done long before. I am going to tell the truth.
But getting cold feet?
No, certainly not.
Save a Life community organization is dedicated to saving lives in Kenya with an unwavering commitment to inclusivity and a disregard for distinctions of tribe, race, or religion. We are actively engaged in transforming lives throughout the entire country. To date, we have successfully transformed the lives of over 5,000 individuals in various regions, including Nairobi, Nyanza, Coast, Western, Eastern, Rift Valley, Northeastern, and all counties across Kenya. Join us as we support our brothers and sisters. We believe that service to humanity is service to all. Save a life, transforming lives.
As you can see now, Jennifer is fine, and she's still on treatment, and she wants to say something. Sema kitu yoyote.
Thank you. You are very kind.
Mimi nikishukuru na shukuru kwa sababu nilikuwa mgonjwa sana na sikuwa na pesa ya kwenda hospitali, lakini saa hii nilipelekwa na Save a Life Kenyatta Hospital na nimetibiwa. Saa hii sina shida yoyote. Mungu awabariki Save a Life sana na awabariki sana sana.
Nikachukua mimba. Nikatoa kwa bedi. Kakaa, ikafura kidogo kidogo. Damu ikatoka. Ile damu ikatoka, nikaona tu si uchungu, nakaa tu na fura. Uchungu kidogo kidogo. Sasa ngine si uchungu. Mimi nakuwa tu, nakaa tu, nafanya kazi vizuri. Kukula ni sawa. Na nyumbani hakuna chochote. Hata busi hakuna. Nyumbani ni shida. Hata kitu ya kukula ni shida. Nimepita uchungu sana. Kama tu nipatikane pesa tulee kitu. Mimi sura mbaya kama umbwa. Wadali umbwa.
Hello, good people. This is Save a Life, the only program that is saving lives, transforming lives, and thank you for your support. Leo tuko West Pokot, tuko Kapenguria, na tuko na Julia, 20 years old. Amekuwa mgonjwa for the last 4 years. Na Julia anatoka mahali kunaitwa Salgat, kwa tu hapa West Pokot, uko mashinani, but amekuja hapa kwa brother yake ndio anamhost because tumeanza mambo na hospitali. Waliniita na nikapata wameanza jani, na kuna mtu amejitokezea na amekuja wamewasaidia na wameraise shilingi 40,000. Wanahitaji 250,000. Wameambiwa walipe 100,000 for deposit ili afanywe surgery pale Eldoret Referral Hospital. Julia is a young girl. Alikuwa na plan zake, but ugonjwa ukakuja when she was 19 na amekuwa mgonjwa mpaka saa hizi. She has a young child 2 years old, na imekuwa ngumu mpaka kuangalia mtoto. It imekuwa very painful, na we are positive because tumepata daktari, amepewa siku ya surgery, kitu imekosa ni pesa. Money needed 250,000. Ile imepatikana kwa sasa 40,000. Na we need to pay 100,000 ndio surgery ifanywe. Niwaambie tunatembea Kenya nzima. Leo tuko West Pokot, Kapenguria. Habari yako?
Salama sana.
Nataka utuambie jina lako na utuambie shida ya msichana ilianza lini?
Naitwa Clement Riakapel. Sasa shida ya Jacqueline Julia Jebesha, yeye alienda sherehe akakula nyama kama kawaida. Sasa kesho akasema wacha nichukue toothpick. Sasa kwa reserve kuna toothpick, akachukua miiba na akafunja, akaamua kutotoa hiyo nyama kama toothpick. Sasa akakaa sasa kwa muda sasa akaanza kusikia sasa na hii upande ya meno iko na nini. Sasa hapo sasa ndio alianzia sasa kufura kidogo sasa. Sasa ikafura tu, yeye akasema tu saa nyingine hii kitu tu inapona. Hakuna style yenye alienda yoyote. Toka sasa imefika sasa msaada sasa imepatikana sasa watu ya radio sasa ndio akakuja. Ndio akasema sasa wacha tupeleke sasa.
Na nikuulize, wewe unafanya kazi gani?
Mimi sasa ninafanya kazi ya ufundi kama mtu ya mkono.
So umesema pesa imekuwa shida.
Pesa imekuwa shida nyumbani, naye hakuna kitu yenye iko. Ni wazazi tu tulisaliwa tu tukapatikana tuko hapo, hakuna chochote, ni ile tunaenda kiparua ndio ukule. Saa nyingine kiparua hakuna, mlale bure bila chakula. Hivyo sasa.
Lakini umeamua kumsaidia, umemleta hapa kwako. Alikuja lini hapa?
Alikuja around 2 weeks ama 3 weeks. Karibu mwezi. Alikuja sasa vile hao alipata kwa huko, akaletwa huku, nikakuwa sasa maneno ya transport, nikaambia kweli yenyewe niko town, naishi nyumba kadogo ni ya mtu ya kuren. Badala tu nishinyane na yeye kwa hapa mpaka apate kusaidia sasa, kulika aende huko transport huko 700, arudi tena 700, nasema wacha tukae hapa.
Wow. It's not easy for Julia. Mwendo Julia Chepwesho. It's not easy for her because you can imagine the stigma. Na anatembea na shuka. Amejifunga hii shuka. Because you can imagine akitoa watu wakimuona, watu wataki kumkaribia. You can imagine the stigma and it is very painful. Julia ameniambia ni chungu sana. Na Julia ananiambia ni chungu, ninatoa damu. Tulianza kama alitoa tu mwiba pale nyumbani, akatoa ile nyama. Julia tu kidonda kidogo, timu inaanza kidogo tu, nakuwa tu nika infection. Usipoenda hospitali infection inakuwa kidonda, inakuwa tumor, inakuwa hivyo. Hivyo ndio ilianza. Na nimecover story mingi sana inazanga tu hivyo. Nilikuwa sehemu ya Kakamega, nikapata msichana na yeye alikuwa anacheza football, akanyagwa mguu, ikakuwa ni tumor. Later ikakuwa ni cancer. Ndio hizi tumor zisipotolewa zinaenda zinakuwa cancer. So tuko na Julia, she's only 23 years old. Nahitaji pesa za hospitali. We have 40,000 for now. We need your support. Without even explaining more, unaona ile shida iko hapa. Tunashukuru brother yake, yes, hana pesa but ameamua kumhost. Akimhost hapa amekaribia because tuko Kapenguria. Joko ni huko ndani. Ni huko ndani. Tuko tunaenda nyumbani lakini tukasikia saizi kuna nyesha and all that. Sema hapana. Kuna siku nilikuwa nikapitia huko nikitoka Turkana ni security. So leo tunifadhali tuko hapa Kapenguria. Na tunashukuru for the brother kumhost because it is easier kutoka hapa kwenda Eldoret. Now we are hopeful that Julia atapata usaidizi as soon as possible. Let's do this. Remember, we don't give because we have a lot. We give because we are humans. Na Mungu ukiona Julia, you feel unavaa viatu zake. You know? You can imagine saa zingine ukiumwa na meno, how painful it is. Sasa yeye akona hiyo uvimbe. You know, it's not easy. Uvimbe imekula isaidi yote, joo za meno zote, mpaka imeenda kwa jicho. It's not easy. She's a human being like me, like you. I want to give you a challenge today. Unaweza kuwa hauna, but you can sacrifice. You can sacrifice your lunch. You can sacrifice your dinner. You can sacrifice airtime yako. Utoe 50 yako, 100 yako, usaidie Julia. Nasikia umetoka nyumbani because unasema nyumbani mama yako.
Mama mwili yake si mzuri.
Si mwili
yake. Yaani kama kichwa ilienda. Tulipata tu saliwa tu. Nikapata sasa iko hivyo sasa. Sasa afanye chochote nikashaka tu nikukaa chini tu.
Uko na miaka ngapi?
30 years.
Uko 30. So ni mdogo wako?
Ni mdogo wangu.
So pale nyumbani hakuna pesa yote?
Hakuna chochote.
Wewe una ng'ombe pale nyumbani?
Sina ng'ombe.
So kuna kitu ya kuuza pale nyumbani?
Hakuna kitu ya kuuza.
Kenyans, let's do this. Kindly go to your M-Pesa. Na pale kwa paybill number. Paybill number ndio hiyo. Account andika Save a Life. Account andika Save a Life. Nilikuwa Uganda pale Jinja. Nikapata na Jennifer. Na Jennifer, ukiangalia Jennifer picha zake, it was worse than her. Jennifer alikuwa na ile tumor for over 18 years. Jennifer angekula kitu yote. Jennifer angeongea. Yeye anaongea kwa sawa. Jennifer was over 40. But tukachukua Jennifer tukasema tutaanza kwa maombi. We took Jennifer to Mulango Hospital. Jennifer saizi yako nyumbani. Few months now. And she's doing well. We only pay hope that pia Julia tuanza kwa maombi. Na Julia tasaidika. We can do this. We can do this. Let's do this. Go to your M-Pesa. Andika your paybill number. Account andika Save a Life. Account andika Save a Life. It is painful. Stigma. Anambia amekuwa neglected. Amekuwa pia rejected. Even the community. Alikuwa na marafiki, anambia marafiki walimuacha. Watu wataki kukaa na yeye. Because inatoa damu, inatoa uzaa. She's smelling. And you can imagine the pain. You can imagine as a young girl she is. Anajiangalia kiona venye uso imechange. But kitu muhimu ni we save her life. We save her life. At age 23. Ilianza tu. Julia kupiga magoti akaomba ugonjwa. Julia si ati amekosea ndio apate tumor. Ilimpata tu. Remember, we don't give because we have a lot. We give because Mungu ameweka kitu ndani yetu. And thank you for your continued support. Mmeweza kusaidia watu wengi through Save a Life. Asanteni. Almost 1500 watu wameenda hospitali wamepona. Hii ni kazi ya Mungu. Hii ni kazi ya Mungu. Sometimes we do more surgeries, not more than, like tulikuwa pale Nairobi tukafanya 15 surgeries. So tunazidi kufanya hii kazi ya Mungu. And I want to thank you. Nikwambie asante sana because of your sacrifice. I know you don't give because you have a lot. I know it's a sacrifice. Na sisi kama Save Life tuzidi kujituma. Mimi mwenyewe niliamua kujituma. Tutembea kaunti zote. Leo tuko West Pokot. Nilikuwa Turkana. Last week nilikuwa Kakamega. Nilikuwa Embu. Tutembea Kenya nzima. Na ni kujituma because I know the pain. I understand hakuna kitu mbaya kama ugonjwa. And when you are sick and you don't have someone to hold your hand. And I can tell sometimes tunafika kama kwa mtu kama Julia. She was down. Akituona anapata hope. Akituona atasaidika. Akituona anajua kuna watu wanamfikiria. Anajua, anaelewa kuna Mungu. Anapata hope to continue fighting. Let's support her. Let's pray for her. For me, I keep on saying nasaidianga because of 3 things. The first thing, najua that I'm serving God. Nikisaidia Julia, nafanya kazi ya Mungu. Point number 2, I'm a scholar, I'm a scientist, and I know that giving is therapeutic. When you give, you feel good. For those who believe in science, yes, it does. You feel good. Number 3, when you help someone like Julia, unamsaidia, atasaidika yeye mwenyewe, na familia yake pia itapona. Because like him, amekuwa akienda kazi ya mjengo. Saizi ni kwenda kuomba pesa kumpeleka hospitali. Ameacha kazi. Asipoenda kazi, chakula yake itakosa, familia yake itakosa chakula. So you find that the entire family is affected. Pale nyumbani wako affected. The community is affected. So tukisaidia Julia, tumsaidia, asaidike mwenyewe, ajimudu kimaisha, we transform her life, aendelee na maisha yake, na endelee pia kuangalia mtoto wake. Pia tutasaidia pia the family. This is helping. And helping is not losing. You don't lose. You don't lose by giving. But what you do, Paul said, I want to quote the Bible. Paul alisema, the more you plant, the more you